Europe, 4 weeks later, was a welcome sight. Jerez had a dreadful crowd, 19,000 to its first Formula One car Grand Prix late in 1986. This weekend's motorcycle program brought 130,000. The 500cc Grand Prix is to be over 126.5 kilometres. The grid itself was led by defending champion Lawson on the Marlboro Yamaha, followed by Gardner and Neil Mackenzie on Hondas, Rob McElnay and Tadahiko Taira backing up Lawson on Marlboro Yamahas, Ron Haslam on an Elf-backed Honda. Freddie Spencer didn't turn up in what was becoming usual form. Wayne Gardner gets away well along with Eddie Lawson, who sweeps to the lead. Ron Haslam's tucked in behind them, Randy Mamola, and both Tyra and McElnay well placed. But it's Lawson powering away with the man who wants his title tucked in behind him. McElnay's 5th, Keeley 6th, Tyra 2 back in 8th. Lawson, Gardner, Haslam sticking together. Not quite breaking away from Mamola and McElnay. The Spanish crowd whistling and clapping and yelling. And again, Gardner showing enormous determination to stick with Lawson. McElnay, Mackenzie in close company. Christian Saron a little behind them. The Blue Gauloise Yamaha, number 6. Jerez circuit built only recently. The Spanish crowd really taking to the motorcycle program. Neil Mackenzie doing a good job as Gardner does an even better job on Eddie Lawson. Haslam still in 3rd, McElnay's 4th, leading the next bunch. Lawson looks to be working the bike fairly hard as he tries to stay in front of Gardner. They feel each other out. The champion and the hopeful. And Haslam, the man who's never even won a Grand Prix, let alone a World Championship, but who's been in the Grand Prix scene longer than any of them, tucked in 3rd place. Gardner Honda that he's built up and developed from the bike that Freddie Spencer had previously developed, the V4. Looks to be handling well, and Kenny Irons down on the Suzuki number 18. Qualified well back and okay. Gardner gluing himself and McElnay gluing himself to the Ron Haslam's back wheel. So Yamaha, Honda, Honda, Yamaha in the first 4 places. And nor too has Rob McElnay ever won a Grand Prix. Wayne Gardner's won 3. And Eddie Lawson's been twice World 500 champion. Gardner pulling up ground fairly easily on him in a number of points around the circuit. Not keen, I think wisely at this stage, to go past. Looking down the inside there. But Lawson still in control. Gardner picking his lines, big wide entries to corners. Haslam in 3rd, Oil on the track. Again, Gardner ranges up close. The Honda looking good. And why not, says Gardner. Slices down the inside on lap 3 and into the lead. Was being held up, he said later. So I thought I might as well go through and see what happened. And having got through, He didn't want Lawson sitting on his tail. He wanted to make a break, to pull a gap. So it becomes Honda, Yamaha in the first four. This is how it happened. Big, wide, classic exit from the corner. Gives him a tight entry to the next one, but he's still able to do it. He peels off early, shallow entry, but makes it. He pulls a lead of nearly a second in the lap. Haslam leads McElnay. The Honda powered elf not ready, so Rod Haslam using a Honda quite similar to the one Gardner's using. McElnay, very similar bike to Eddie Lawson's. And reverses for his team leader, so he goes up into third place. The big solid British rider from Scutterthorpe. Second year as a factory rider with Marlborough Yamaha. Got his contract the same time as Wayne Gardner got his. Gardner's made a lot more progress since then. 3 GP wins. McElnay not yet in a first, second or third place in a Grand Prix, and tucked in behind Neil Mackenzie, another new recruit. But for him this year to Honda ranks in the 500 class after a few promising rides as McElnay goes down in a big way. Neil Mackenzie, some promising rides late last year for Suzuki in place of the Australian Paul Lewis. And so taken in by Freddie Spencer's HB team as Mike Baldwin goes by on 4. Rob McElnay recovering from what is, as you'll see here, a very heavy fall. Right up high in the air, bang on his head and his hip and his backside, and lucky not to be hit by the bike. For Haslam now, busy in lieu of McElnay with Mackenzie. Gardner on 1/3 race distance. Busy just with picking his own lines, doing it his own way, not needing to worry, his pit boards tell him, of the close presence of anybody behind, and the fastest lap to boot, which at this new circuit, first time for a motorcycle 500 Grand Prix, means it's a lap record as well. Third place, Haslam. Fourth place, Mackenzie. Ron Haslam really revelling in conventional handling machine over the Elf fairly revolutionary design, front suspension particularly, but rear as well, and making very good use of it. And Kevin Schwantz leads Pierre Francesco Keeley, Christian Saron. Keeley's on 10, a V3 Honda. Saron, a V4 Yamaha, number 6. And Randy Mamola, in very different form compared with his brilliant win in the wet in Japan, tailing that bunch of 4, so back in 8th place. Schwantz, the 23-year-old American who won't be doing all the Grand Prix series, but when he appears, on most occasions will make his presence felt. So too does Keeley as he looks down the inside, but tucks in behind him. So 5th and 6th place to that pair, Saron 7th, Mamola 8th. And Shunji Yatsushiro coming to join them on number 16, another Rothmans Honda. But this is the lead Rothmans Honda, the lead Honda of all, coming up towards 2/3 race distance. Scintillating form, a comfortable lead, a lap record, beautiful flowing style, very aggressive, loose on the bike, letting it wobble and walk around and slide as Schwantz still leading his little pack, and with some lap riders among them, and 10.6 seconds nearly to Eddie Lawson in second place. Then that close bunch, Haslam Mackenzie, are some 27 seconds further back, and it's another 17 seconds further back to 5th place Schwantz in close company with Keeley 6th. Lawson 10 seconds down and no answer. Man of whom the 1969 world champion, Australian Kel Carruthers from Ryde and Sydney, said later in the season, "My rider gave it away early in the season. He lost spirit." And he lost control. Wayne Gardner, though, beautifully in control. Spain last year gave him his first Grand Prix win, but that was at Jarama. This is Jerez. He'll go to Jarama later in the season for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Now 3.5 laps remaining for Gardner. And for Haslam, in third place, lapping a rider and barging a rider, losing time and letting Mackenzie get pretty close to him now and get the sniff of a possible one place better as he chases out after Haslam. Similar bikes, V4 Hondas. Hard bikes to ride, very snappy when you open the throttle. Nothing either of them can do. Haslam to get away, Mackenzie to peg him back. They're both trying everything they can do. And Wayne Gardner, the only traffic he's seen since lap 3 when he hit the lead is the traffic he's been lapping. On his last lap now. Beautifully online, thank you, he says. Time to do that. And look how loose he is on the bike. Nice casual gear change. Wearing out the knee pads. Very quick to flick it over there and get both his apexes absolutely right. And that's why he's leading the race with such a commanding margin. And heading towards his 4th Grand Prix win, Wayne Gardner, the lead rider without any dispute this year for Rothmans Honda, hanging on in grisly conditions in Japan for a 2nd place to Randy Mamola. But here, the opening round in Europe, he's made the race his, as he did in 1986. You almost see him wanting to get off the bike there. He was light on the left foot. And now acknowledging the crowd. Nothing can go wrong from here as he fires it up towards the start-finishing line. The checkered flag victory in the Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez, round 2 of his 39th World Championship 500cc Grand Prix season. His 4th Grand Prix victory. Eddie Lawson, the defending champion, follows him home. Long way behind. Well and truly beaten there by some 23.5 seconds. Ron Haslam hanging on for 3rd ahead of Neil Mackenzie. Schwantz for Suzuki 5th. Randy Mamola in what will be his worst performance for the season, 6th for Lucky Strike Yamaha. And that puts Wayne Gardner in the lead in the championship, 7 points in front of Mamola, another 4 points back to Haslam, and the champion looking a little bit better than he did after the first round in Japan.